What's going on, guys? Today I have a special guest that's Cyberworld 7. So I'm just letting you guys know, if you guys don't like Cyberworld 7, you guys can quit this video right away. If you want, you can even leave a thumbs down, whatever you want. But today we're going to be talking about lots of stuff. We're going to be talking about Aurora, of course. We're going to be talking about the markets and how they've been crashing lately. We're going to be talking about his past predictions, and also we're going to talk about how he recently lost his millionaire status. If you guys know or follow Cyberworld, you guys will all know that he became a millionaire from the stock market, and recently he lost his millionaire status thanks to the stock market as well. So we're going to get into that, but also before we get this video started, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, smash that subscribe button, and let's get this video started. What's going on, guys? It's Investing Hustler here, and I have Kevin from Cyberworld. And Kevin is here today because on my last video I asked you guys to give me 100 likes, and then I'll be doing a collaboration with Kevin. So today we have over 100 likes in that video in less than 24 hours. So here we have Kevin. How's it going, Kevin?
It's going good. It's been a while since me and you did a collab. But my biggest problem was I didn't think the whole cannabis market would sink as a whole. I thought, the U.S. companies would do differently than the Canadian companies. So I kind of stayed away from the Canadian companies. I invested into the U.S. companies.
Yeah.
But I was wrong, and the entire market collapsed as a whole. And right now, because of me investing so heavily into Harvest, the entire market collapsed. I invested so heavily into Harvest, Liberal Health Science, a bunch of U.S. names, that I am no longer a millionaire. So, it sucks, but hopefully the market recovers. I believe that, it will recover eventually. It might take until the legalization of the United States, and then we might have another massive 300% run from these price points, or the price can go down lower. Nothing in the market is for sure, so it could keep crashing. Short sellers could come back and they could keep shorting the market. I honestly believe that this is a buying opportunity. I think right now is the perfect time to be bullish, but again, it's all my opinion. What do you think?
All right. Well, pretty much first, I want to talk about the last video where we made the video. It was called Aurora Millionaire Predicts Market Crash. And I kind of just want to know what made you think the markets were going to crash during that time?
First of all, I knew that those levels weren't sustainable because it gone up like 100% in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And I knew that, I just knew that the market was, the entire cannabis market is volatile. I knew that the stock prices were going to go down. But people told me it was going to go to the moon, and I was like, no, it's not. And then I guess a bunch of people got upset at me, but I guess at the end of the day, I was kind of right about it.
That's right, because like when we made that video, we did receive a lot of hate. A lot of people were saying that you were going to be wrong, this and that. People were even telling me not to collab with you anymore. They're like getting a lot of negative comments, but here we are, and 6 months
now people are scared.
Yeah. So 6 months later, the market goes, I think it went down $9 since we've made that video. We made that video, I think Aurora was around $13 or something. Or do you remember the price? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it was like $11 or $12.
I have the video right here, so maybe as we're talking, we'll find the exact price that it was at. So now maybe we could do a new prediction, and what do you think will happen in the next 6 months? Now that we're in a complete opposite position. So yeah, Aurora was 11.81 Canadian during that time, and right now Aurora is sitting a little bit below $6. So 6 months later, Aurora Cannabis went down as much as $5, but even at one point it went as low as $5. From like that was like 3 days ago. Aurora hit those 52-week lows. So now after hitting those 52-week lows, like what are your future predictions for Aurora Cannabis?
If the Safe Banking Act passes in the United States, I think we'll have another bull run in the market, but that that's dependent on the Senate. I do think that it will pass this year. It's kind of strange though. If you guys went back to the farm bill, the Senate passed the farm bill first, and then the House of Commons passed it second. For the Safe Banking Act, the House of Commons passed it first, and look at all those negative comments.
I know, I'm reading them right now. Cyberworld, you're worse than Motley Fool, flip-flopping one week to another. Oh man.
The farming bill passed the Senate first, and then it went to the House of Commons. This time for the Banking Act, it went through the House of Commons first, and then now it's going to the Senate. So it's like kind of the opposite of how the Farm Bill worked. But regardless, I still think the Safe Banking Act will pass. And once it passes, we will have another bullish run into the market. Right now, like we're at 52-week lows. Like if we look at companies like Ianthus, where it's $2, and 6 months ago it was $8. That is like extremely on sale. Like it could go down lower, it just makes it more on sale. Like honestly, like if the United States was legal, right? And Canopy and Aurora and a bunch of other Canadian players can buy up US stocks, they would jump on Ianthus in no time. Ianthus is a stinking deal right now. That's my opinion only, but not advice for anyone. I am invested in Ianthus, and I do plan to buy more, but I'm trying to be careful because I don't know where the bottom is, and it is kind of scary to invest down here. But I also think it's a huge opportunity at the moment. I know for certain that if the United States ever went fully legal, all these stocks will shoot up like 200%. But it's not federally legal in the United States, but eventually it will be. Maybe 5 years down the road, maybe 2 years down the road. Who knows when the date is? Global legalization could happen in the next 10 to 20 years easily. And these stocks are undervalued right now. I mean, I think if Aurora is going to be a global leader and a leader, I think the valuation should be at least $100 billion. And right now they have a valuation of like $5 billion. So I think there's a lot more growth potential for Aurora in the future. That's my opinion. So
Yeah, that's for sure. I think at this point we've already hit 52-week lows, $5. Do you see Aurora going lower than $5 within the next 6 months, or going closer to back to double figures, $10 or more?
It all depends on the news. Like if there was bad news rolling out in the next month, I don't think there's any bad news. Short sellers gonna use that, short the crap out of the market, and then people are gonna panic and sell, and then that's gonna cause the stock to go down even further. At the end of the day, stocks move up and down depending on short sellers and people selling in the market. Short sellers come out, they make a negative article, they short the market, they scare people to selling, causing the stock price to go down, because at the end of the day, the stock price is worth as much as the investor is willing to invest. That's why when a stock market crash, the really rich people go out, short the crap out of the market. They release videos and articles about stock market crashing, scaring people and causing people to sell and causing the market to tank real bad. That's how stock markets crash really works at the end of the day. So it's fear. Fear is what causes the stock market crash. So right now, fear for cannabis stocks are basically at all-time highs right now. So that's why, and Warren Buffett is like, buy on fear, sell on greed. When Aurora was $12, $13, that was greed. People were pissed off at me because I said Aurora was overvalued, Aurora will crash. Now Aurora has crashed, and now people are scared. So I honestly think it's an opportunity. But again, it could go down lower. I don't know at the end of the day. It just all depends on the news. It depends on short sellers scaring the people out of their positions.
Well, yeah, I've had a very small position in Aurora, mostly because I was preparing for something like this to happen. I didn't know if it was going to happen for sure, but now that Aurora is hitting these lows, I'm slowly increasing my position. So for sure, I think this is close to the bottom. It could go lower. I don't know if it'll go below $5 Canadian, but it's a possibility. But what do you think about legalization 2.0? Is that going to play any effect into the sector? Is that going to help Aurora out, or it's not going to do much? It's coming up.
Legalization 2.0 is it is definitely a small catalyst, but it's not as big as the legalization of cannabis in Canada. I think that's way bigger. But it is a small catalyst, but then you have to add up all the catalysts. Like Mexico might go legal. Like Mexico it might be like a poor country, but it's still a catalyst. It might go legal in the end of October. The banking bill might pass this year. That's another catalyst. Cannabis 2.0 is another catalyst. All these catalysts will add up, and I think could potentially cause another rally in the cannabis market. But again, nothing's for sure in this market. So
Super unpredictable. So, I recently heard, and I think you posted up a video, and you also commented on the video I just made about how your predictions were right, that you are no longer a millionaire, and like, what happened? If you want to talk
Well,
about it, explain it, or how do you feel about it?
well, it sucks because I thought the Canadian stocks would crash, which I was right, but I didn't think it would affect all the cannabis stocks. I thought, the US ones would not crash along with the Canadian ones,
Mhm.
but they all kind of tanked at the same time. So I was investing kind of heavily into Harvest when it was around 8 to 7 to $6. And now it's $4, and I am butthurt from that. Like literally
Yeah,
butthurt from that because I've lost so much money on Harvest. I don't want to even talk about it. The
yeah,
reason why I am not a millionaire anymore is because of Harvest Health. But I still believe in the company. And if the company can execute and make $200 million of revenue in 20 per quarter in 2020, I think the stock will shoot back to $8, maybe even $12. Who knows? We'll see. But
mm. So
my
at
pain
this
is
point, are
someone's
you?
gain, right?
Yeah. Are you at this point? Are you keeping holding on to Harvest, or are you just gonna
I'm,
close
I'm
it?
holding on to Harvest. I still believe in the company. I
Yeah,
just made a mistake because I didn't think it would decline this bad, but it did. So
yeah.
that's life.
Well, I
I
guess
should
that's part
I
of
should have put some
the
stop losses, and then I should have put some stop losses.
yeah.
It's my fault for being bullish
But
on the company.
at the end of the day, all those risks that you've taken in the past is what put you in the millionaire status. So, and then you took that same risk with Harvest, and it kind of brought you out of it. But at the end of the day, it's thanks to the stock market that you were a millionaire, and you could possibly be a millionaire again as long as
Yeah.
Harvest.
Well, I'm not gonna be greedy anymore. I think my biggest mistake in the stock market was being greedy and trying to be the next Warren Buffett. But that's what caused me to lose so much money.
Yeah.
I should have been greedy. I mean, I should have been fearful when stocks were all-time high. I should have just stayed out of the cannabis market until now, and then reinvest into the market and just wait and be patient. But I was greedy. I was thinking that the U.S. was a great play. I thought the U.S. companies were going. Like I truly believe in the U.S. cannabis market. I think the U.S. is the biggest cannabis market in the entire world. It is nothing in comparison to Canada. The Kira Leaf is already making more money um, than Aurora, and Kira Leaf expects to be profitable, net income profitable with $200+ million of revenue next year. So you know, I really believe in the US market. I think the US market is where the real money is. Think about like Microsoft and Amazon and Apple. They're all almost $1 trillion each. Oh, actually, yeah, Apple is $1 trillion. Microsoft is $1 trillion.
Yeah,
The
that was surprising to me. The whole markets have been doing pretty bad. The pot sector has been doing bad, but Apple and like Fang has been doing pretty well. I think
yeah,
Apple's almost up on their 52-week highs. So
no, but my whole point is there's a lot of money in the US.
yeah,
And if cannabis ever becomes a legit business in the US, these cannabis stocks in the US can be worth so much money. That's what I think. But,
so do you think
because
eventually a lot of these Canadian companies are gonna disappear and go bankrupt or no longer?
Canadian companies are like majority of the Canadian companies are screwed because I don't think like over time I think money is gonna flow into the U.S. companies. Aurora is okay. Canopy is owned by Constellation Brand. That's a U.S. company.
Yeah.
Kron is owned by Altura, which is another U.S. company. Afria is they have a lot of cash in their balance sheet, so they're safe. And I do believe that they can get a partnership deal if they really, really wanted to. So maybe that could be a major catalyst in the future. Who knows? We'll see. But at the end of the day, U.S. is where the money is. Not really Canada. Canadian companies got lucky because they had first mover advantage,
Mhm.
and Canopy was smart by getting Constellation Brand to invest into them. and that's the reason why we even had
A huge run because of Constellation.
whole
You're kind of skipping out here. I don't know if it's my end or your end. Anyways, that's it for this video. Unfortunately, we had to end it quick because we did lose some reception. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think, whether the predictions were wrong or right. What's your opinions? What's your predictions? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.